Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. I want to thank everyone who's been watching, commenting, liking, subscribing. So the latest TV show that I'm going to be doing here is Mercy Street Season 1. And Mercy Street Season 2 is going to be coming out later this month. So this is basically a Civil War drama, basically. And this tells the story of Mary Finney, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She's a countess who's been recently widowed. She decides, I'm going to discard my life of privilege to help out the war effort here. She goes to work at a Union hospital in recently liberated Alexandria, Virginia in 1862. She becomes the head nurse there. And basically she's greeted by the stain by Nurse Hastings, played by Tara Summer. Now, Nurse Hastings basically names drop Florence Nightingale every chance she gets. Basically, she feels that she should be head nurse, but she's willing to go along with it, even though she just doesn't care for it. Plus, hospital supervisor Dr. Summers, who played by Peter Goretti, would rather be somewhere else, or maybe basically promoted somewhere else. She also meets Dr. Foster, played by Josh Rednor. Now, Dr. Foster has to deal with a whole bunch of careerists and opportunists. This is a neutral setting here with Confederate and Union soldiers all placed into one hospital here, which used to be a hotel. And then we get to meet the owners of that former hotel, the Green family, whose sympathies are obviously to the Confederacy, although clearly the wife wants to move down south to Texas. We also get to meet Emma Green, played by Hannah James, who clearly, she's the typical Southern belle who interacts with Dr. Foster and Miss Finney basically here. She tries to help any way she can, although she realizes some people are more trouble than they're worth, I guess. You also get to meet the head of this family, played by Gary Cole. He basically thinks to himself, okay, the war is going to end in 6 months' time, and I get to go about my business. He's a shipping magnate, I guess, who owns a hotel, and I could create my own little world here by using runaway slaves, and that really doesn't go anywhere either. Then, of course, we meet Alice Green, played by Sofia Rub, and she has her own views of what she wants to do. And clearly this family is being torn apart because, hey, guess what, the son wants to volunteer, but that was objected by the father, and now he's viewed as an idiot or a coward. Those of you who didn't, there was a show called The Nick, which was a fairly dark show, and it was largely a show about the birth of modern medicine, and how sometimes, it got real grimy and bloody and disgusting about how accurate, I guess, the surgeries were in effect. This show isn't as dark as that. The Nick was set in 1900. This is set 40 years earlier. The fact that, you're lucky if you got chloroform. Basically, you're going to lose a limb. You're going to be a morphine addict, considering that's what the Civil War did to people. Like, people, gangrene was a problem. Venereal disease was a problem. Because clearly this term gets used around a lot, but here's the thing. This really is a Casablanca type show, in which we got the Union soldiers, we got the Confederate soldiers, we got the spies, we got everyone else rolling around the city. We also get the viewpoint of the African Americans who are in the city. We got the freed African Americans who come down, one who wants to become a doctor, and he's somewhat viewed with disdain, or at least try to be. Some people are friendly to him, other people aren't. We also get the contraband slaves who are now freed, and they're basically exploited for people because they have family still trapped in slavery. We also get some slaves that intermingle with the born free and newly freed, and they're like, why do you want to remain a slave? You're free right across this gate here, basically. And their conversations are somewhat fascinating, considering how do these African Americans feel about each other. And as for what the title of the show is called, Mercy, that phrase isn't used till episode 5, and it's an interesting way to use it. This show also ends with, again, President Lincoln shows up to the hospital. People are hired by John Wilkes Booth to blow up the hospital. That, however, doesn't really succeed. Where season 2 goes, I don't know. So if you're a fan of Civil War stuff, this will float your boat. Yeah, so Mercy Street, have you seen it? What did you think? Please put that in the comment section, folks, below. So, folks, like, comment, subscribe, and enrich yourself with knowledge. If you want to see this handsome face again, press the subscribe button. Thank you very much, folks.